Hey, what's up? So I teach golf lessons, and some of my students on the occasion need their grips replaced or their clubs regrip. So I do it at the house, at my house. I don't have any type of special shop. I do have a handful of tools that I bought on Amazon or purchased from Academy or one of the local sporting goods stores. And I'm going to show you how to regrip your golf clubs at home. Here's pretty much everything I have to regrip a golf club. I use mineral spirits for the solvent. I have acetone to clean the golf club up. You can use a regular razor blade or a hooked razor blade. I like these better. The grip rips off a lot easier. Golf ice or golf saver, shaft saver, whatever. I use a vise that I put on my workbench, some double-sided tape, and your grip. So this is actually a real easy process. It's just the first grip, second grip might be a little clunky for you, but overall it's really not that hard. So the hook razor blade, always with graphite, just be careful not to go at the shaft itself. Kind of cut away from it, from the side of it. You don't want to dig into that graphite because it will split, and then your golf shaft could break in the middle of your downswing, and you really don't want that. So just cut to the side of the grip, or the side of the shaft itself, and then yank off the grip, the old grip. The tape on this is actually pretty good. Some people just regrip it with the tape they have on there. I don't like to do that. I would rather just go ahead and pull it off and restart with some fresh tape. I don't know how long this tape's been on there, and I mean, realistically, it takes a little bit longer. I guess if you're in a hurry, you can go ahead and do that, but I don't think I would. Just take the time to take the tape itself off, the old tape. This is the most time-consuming part of the whole thing. Some people like to use a heat gun, or they'll use a torch. Just get it real lightly warm. It's a little bit easier to pull off. If it was a steel shafted golf club, I would have no problem doing that, but I'm not a big fan of doing that with a graphite shaft. Again, if you split it, or if you get to where you make it too soft or something of that nature, it can end up biting you in the ass, and you don't really want to replace a golf shaft. I think the cheapest graphite shafts that I can find, or that I've found, is somewhere between $40-50, and really, what are you getting for that? The shafts that come in these golf clubs are typically better quality than what you're going to buy if you're trying to just go cheap. And realistically, you probably need to be fitted into the club anyway. So let's go ahead and take this off, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so we have the old tape off of there. Make sure you take you a little bit of acetone, nail polish remover, alcohol, and clean up the shaft so that the new tape that we're putting on there adheres to it a little bit easier. After that, we're going to grab the shaft saver. We're just going to pop that on there. I mean, it already has a groove in it, so you're able to see that. And we're going to slide this bad boy in the vise. So when you're tightening the vise down, try not to over tighten it, because you don't want the golf shaft to break. You can bend steel, you can break graphite, just don't. Grip tape, make sure it's the length of the grip. We want it to be right at the grip. A little bit short of it's fine, just don't go too far past it. I'll show you why here in a minute. So we have the grip tape and the grip pretty much the exact same length. Next thing we're going to do is put the tape on the shaft. Always go straight down. Try to make sure it's in the center as possible. And always leave about a fingertip length on the end. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that here in just a second. Again, this might be a little much, but I try to make sure it's pretty much even one side or the other. Take one side, go ahead and press it down. Make sure we got a good adherence on that. And let's take the second side of the tape off. Alright. There's that. Go ahead and wrap the tape around. Make sure you have it pretty good and snug. The tape tight itself. We don't want any air bubbles, a bunch of squigs in there. You'll see what I'm talking about when you start doing it yourself. Make sure it's getting smooth. And as I said, we're gonna have that access on the end. So you see it here. And we're gonna make sure that when we put this on there, we're just gonna tape it on the bottom. We're gonna twist. There we go. Just push it on the end like that. Kind of gives it a little back. Make sure that we have the tape good and smooth on there. Alright, so again, got it measured out. That's pretty much on the money. Next thing we're going to do, get our mineral spirits. We're going to go ahead and, I always fill up the grip. It's probably a little much, but if you don't put enough on there, you're going to waste a grip. Ooh, that's okay. That was a lot, but make sure the grip's pretty much good and wet on the inside. Just pour it over the top of the tape. There we go. Got a little access. Wipe the hands off, and if you can, one fell motion. Take the end of the grip, put it on the butt of the golf club. And if you can't, all in one motion, slide it all the way on. This will help make sure it's seated. So if you, different grips are going to have different ways. Some of them have V's on the club itself, and you like to have that square. This is the time that you want to do that. This particular grip, it does have a logo, but the student doesn't care which way it's on there. I do, because it's part of my teaching. So now that we got that good and square, at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and take it out of the grip. Always give it a little tap on the bottom. Make sure that the grip is seated on the butt of the golf club. Just give it a good wipe down, and you're done. You don't have to worry about the extra tape on the bottom. Grip's good. You have a couple minutes, so if it's not exactly how you want it, you have a little time to make sure everything's good. So that's it. That's pretty much everything when it comes to regripping a golf club.